Welcome to another GIM series video. If you missed it, recently we did 400 Tempoross permits and 100 easy clue caskets. Today, right after I do this farming contract, we're going to head back to Tempoross and we're going to farm up another 400 permits and we will see what we can get our hands on. Before I go into detail on what we're after at Tempoross, if you haven't already, do check out those episodes, the previous two episodes, and then check back into this one. Now, for those of you that have been along for the ride, along for the journey, you'll know that I've been after the fishing barrel, and unfortunately, in the first 400 permits and some change, we haven't been able to get the fishing barrel. We did, however, acquire some other things, like the tackle box, which is pretty cool. But ultimately, we're going to head back to Tempoross and do 400 more permits in hopes of getting the fishing barrel this time around. And one more note before we get started on Tempoross again. I am logged into 416 Hero right now as well. If you didn't know, this is a 50 defense account that is in the same GIM group as the other account, the max account. This is a Dolo GIM. Now, this account has been on the back burner for quite some time. I honestly don't know what my game plan is these days. So we've just been parked at Varlamore leveling our thieving, hopefully getting to 99 one day, although we are still very, very far, another 8 million EXP give or take to go. But you know what? We already got ourselves the Rocky Pet, which funny enough, today I just realized I never got the Rocky Pet on Wait For It, our maxed account. It's a bit unfortunate really because although I'm not a pet hunter or even a collection logger, Wait For It is the main account that we play. It's where we've done the most on, so naturally any unique or new thing I would want on that account first and then on this account. Alright, we've made our way to the Tempoross area and it just occurred to me, last time we did the permit pulls, we did not open the 22 caskets that we got from the 401 permits. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's see what we're gonna get. Ruby necklaces, bracelets, a lot of jewelry. We can also expect some planks too, I think. Although right now it's all jewelry so far. Rune Bad Helm. See, this is why this Tempoross minigame is actually pretty good for the early game. You get some alchables, you get some useful jewelry, sapphire necklaces to turn into games necklaces, ring of duelings, recoils, dig site pendants. Oh, and we get easy clue scrolls, okay. Now, I did mention some planks, but I haven't seen a single one. Alright, so we got some more alchables, and we also got a medium clue scroll. Alright, that was 22 caskets from the previous 401 permits. Let me put these items away, and before we get started, well, first we need our 4 buckets of water. But yeah, before we get started, we do have 10 reward points right now. That's because immediately after pulling all the permits and not getting the fishing barrel, I was like, well, I'm going to do some more Tempoross. I ended up doing one more game, but then I went and did some easy clues instead. But here we are, back at Tempoross, with 10 permits sitting in our imaginary bank of permits, that is. And we're going to look to get another 390. It's only been a couple of days since the Tempoross session. The easy clues honestly did not take too long. So I'm pretty sure I remember how to do my solo Tempoross method. As for what method we are doing, we are going to do a hybrid EXP and permit solo method here. We're going to end up with about 9 to 10 permits per game and a decent amount of EXP. Although it's not super relevant for us as, you know, we are maxed, but we'll take the EXP regardless. And this method is the method that I've always done, so I'm pretty comfortable and familiar with it. Finishing up the first Tempoross KC back. No issues here. Should be able to get the job done with a couple more harpoons here. And let's see how many points we get. We get 9 permits for our first KC back, which is perfectly average. Let's refill our buckets and go again. Obviously still chipping away at Tempoross here, but also doing house burglary at Varlamore on 416 Hero. Unfortunately, during this minigame, for us anyway specifically, we get a lot of these blessed bone statuettes which give prayer XP, in which typically for anybody else that's good, right? But for us, we want to be locked to 63 prayer. This account has 50 defense, 82 attack, and 63 prayer, but everything else is unrestricted. Those 3 stats are the only things that I have chosen to restrict on this account. Now, I have been flip-flopping back and forth on what I want to do with this account. Do I want it to stay 50 defense forever? I don't know. But at this point in time, I'm not making any moves, any changes. So for right now, these blessed bone statuettes are completely useless to us. Finishing up our 62nd total Tempoross KC, and this one is going to push us over 100 permits. So another 298 to go until we get 400, and we're going to open up all the permits and hopefully get a fishing barrel. Mildly interesting here, but we have 9 reward permits from the previous game, giving us a total mark of 169 permits at 69 Tempoross KC. Over on 416 Hero, we are now just 4 pickpockets. Actually, that was a special one right there. 1 pickpocket, or 1 steal, 1 item, whatever you want to call it from the chest. We are now 90 thieving. We can now go pickpocket czars. Do I ever want to do that? Probably not, but hey, we can do that now. That is our 4th 90 plus skill outside of the combat stats, I believe, so that's pretty nice. Still very, very far away from 99 thieving though, let's not be fooled. 92 is halfway to 99. Alright, I forgot to cook some of my fish from the last inventory, and we ended up with only 8 permits for that run, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's okay, we won't lose any sleep over that. Well, this is unexpected. 416 Hero has a funny feeling that they would have received Rocky. Well, that is the dupe pet. 90 thieving. We got the first pet at 89 thieving. And to add insult to injury, our main account, wait for it, doesn't even have the pet. Wrong account. That's unfortunate. To make matters even worse, I was so distracted by that I've screwed up this Tempoross run, and now we have to reset. Alright, what a sequence of events. We forget to cook fish, giving us only 8 permits on the previous run, and then on the next run we fail it because we find ourselves with a dupe thieving pet on 416 Hero. We get so distracted that we have to reset the run, and then I just messed up again. Alright, hopefully now we're back on track though. 73 Tempoross KC, we are now over 200 permits, 205 to be exact. So another 195 to go until we start pulling our rewards and hopefully getting a fishing barrel. A pet would be nice as well, but that is incredibly rare at a drop rate of 1 in 8,000 permits, sharing the same drop rate as the Dragon Harpoon actually, so we're unlikely to get a Dragon Harpoon collection log here. Another day, another Tempoross session. We're working on the first KC of the day right now, and this one with a few harpoons here is going to get us over 300 total permits. We got 10 permits there, giving us a total of 307, so just another 93 to go. And of course, we are still Varlamore thieving on the 50 defense account. We've actually gained about 100k EXP already. Oh, we gotta leave the house, but we still have another 350k to go until we hit level 91. Another Tempoross KC in the books. That is 92 total KC now. And what's more important is we managed to get 10 permits on that last KC, meaning we just need 18 permits to go until the nice clean 400 number. And all it takes is 2 games. Unless we royally screw up like we did one time in the past, we're always going to get 9 permits at minimum, sometimes 10. So no matter what happens here, well, like I said, with the exception of me messing up, 2 more games. Second to last game, another 10 pointer, so we're going to be just over 400. Working on the final inventory of fish for the final game. Well, hopefully the final game anyways. The fishing barrel is never guaranteed. Another 10 permit game to close us out. That brings us to a total of 402 permits. Before we start collecting our rewards here from our 402 permits, let's see what our collection log looks like. So we've previously pulled 445 permits. We're at 94 Tempoross KC now. And we're missing the pet. the fishing barrel, the dragon harpoon, and the tome of water. And I guess now that's out the way, let's just do the big search, I suppose. Here we go. 402 permits. Start out with some spirit flakes. Some planks, which interestingly enough, our previous 400 pulls, we didn't see very many plank pulls. Racking up the caskets as well. We'll open those once we're done with the initial 402 permits. Some soaked pages. Now that's just 8 pages, not 25. I believe if it was 25 or something, it might mean a dupe tackle box. Alright, nothing of interest so far. 300 permits to go now. So first 100 was kind of uninteresting, unfortunately. I knew about the planks, but I actually had no idea that Tempoross gave nails. I guess I just didn't really pay attention to that on the previous pulls. It's not looking good. We're closing in on 200 permits remaining now. Real quiet. Another 9 soaked pages, totaling us to 31 now. Alright, officially less than 200 permits to go. Some more soaked pages. Even more soaked pages. Uh-oh. There's the 25. Oh, a tome of water. Okay. From disappointment of knowing we got a dupe to getting the tome of water collection log. Very nice. 125 rewards to go. We're after the fishing barrel here, though. But I'm very happy about the tome of water. Now we gotta go to Huey Caudle to get the Tome of Earth to complete the set. Because we already do have the Tome of Fire. No, another 25 soaked pages. I gotta fact check that after we're done with this, but I'm pretty sure when you pull 25, it means it's a dupe. Less than 50 rewards to go here. There it is, the fishing barrel. Yes! Okay, it was getting scary there. I was beginning to believe that we weren't going to get it. But we got the Tome of Water and the fishing barrel. There we go, 402 permits. Let's open the collection log again. Only 2 things missing now, the pet and the dragon harpoon, which is fair. These are the 2 rarest things. They have the same drop rate of 1 in 8,000, so you know what? It checks out. We're up to 169 total soaked pages now, and we actually pulled 108 from these 402. Again, there were 2 rolls of 25 soaked pages. Let me pull up the wiki and fact check that. I was indeed correct. When you pull a set of 25 pages, it means it is either a dupe fishing barrel or a dupe tackle box. Now, we pulled 25 soaked pages twice before we got the fishing barrel, so we actually pulled 3 tackle boxes, hypothetically. I typed this out to the clan right here, but yeah, that 402 permits pull was looking real grim to start with. Our first item, our actual item, excluding the dupes, was the Tome of Water, which we didn't get until we were less than 175 permits remaining. And then the fishing barrel was almost a buzzer beater, honestly. Less than 25 pulls remaining, we bust out the fishing barrel. So we pretty much went 2x rate on the fishing barrel, but you know what? That's okay. Tempoross doesn't take that long, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. Now, whether I'm going to come back and do more Tempoross for the pet and the Dragon Harpoon collection log slot, not too sure. We'll have to think about that at a later date, but we're going to be moving on now. Almost forgot about this, but we have our 18 caskets to open. Before that, let's just clear up our inventory space. Ton of feathers, our soaked pages, our shiny new Tome of Water, of course, the coveted fishing barrel, and we did pull just under 4,600 spirit flakes, which is pretty good to speed things up, speed fishing up, I think specifically for anglers, although, I don't know, I don't really know if I'm going to be using spirit flakes Whenever I'm fishing, I'm always just doing it on the side while I'm doing something else. It's an AFK activity or a background activity. I'm never in any rush. Got a bunch of seaweed, steel, nails, fishing bait. And our bank is... You know what? Actually, no. Oh, I have left click empty fish barrel. I tried to bank this earlier and I thought my bank was full, but... Nope, just have left click settings swapped. But yeah, let's clear our inventory here and let's open these 18 caskets. Yeah, we're going to be expecting a lot of jewelry here. Got a tooth half key, some rune plate bodies, good alchables as well. Sapphire rings, good for ring of recoils. Ooh, red topaz. I didn't know that was on the drop table or in the caskets. That's pretty nice. Silver bars. Oh, back-to-back silver bar rolls. That's actually a pretty nice drop for me, silver bars, because I would have to use them for certain jewelry items, and I never really have silver bars. I have a ton of silver ore, but not any of it is processed. But there we have it. That is loot from, I think that was 18 caskets, I believe. Let's just chuck all of that in the bank. So with that being said, we got what we were after, the fishing barrel. And I'm going to wrap up the video here. I will check back with you guys next time. Wow, and 2 seconds after I ended my recording and my stream, Clammate just pulled small Herodit.